Hello, I am VR, your personal reviewing assistant. Welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Big Hero 6 Armor Up Baymax. So yes, here we have Baymax. The movie Big Hero 6 just came out, and this was the most interesting toy from that line to me, although I may end up getting some of the rest of them as I was rather fond of this. He has a little bit of articulation and pretty decent detail for something that's more aimed at children, but he also has the interesting feature of being able to be displayed this way or in his normal balloon form by removing his armor or attaching it depending upon which form you prefer. Now, let's go ahead and zoom into the articulation, skull paint details, and his features.
Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Here, of course, we have Baymax unarmored. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Superior Spider-Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Baymax is just slightly taller than an average adult human in the movie until he armors up. So he's not quite in scale with Marvel Legends, but he's close enough that you could kind of make it work. And of course, he's far too big for Marvel Universe scale. Now I'm going to armor him up and let you see how he sizes after that. Behold the power of Baymax's armor, and as you can see, that increases his size substantially. He actually works a lot better in 6-inch scale once you put him in his armor. And of course, he becomes vastly larger than a Marvel Universe figure. I'll show you the actual armoring up process later, but for now, let's get the other two out of here and just look at Baymax. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see unarmored Baymax. He is essentially white, and he's got some slightly off-white patches underneath his arms and on his hips. He also has his little port there in his chest that you put the little card disc things into. He's got big balloony fingers and arms. He's got really short legs and a big roundish kind of body. Looks basically the same that he does in the movie with the exception of the gaps for articulation. So he looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Baymax has a round head with two little black circles there and a line that connects the two, and that is pretty much it. But that's how his face looks, so there's no issues there. Now let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Baymax is fairly simple. He's got a cut up here at the head, his arms go forward and back, up and down, and then his legs do the same thing, forward and back, up and down. And that's pretty much it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Baymax's accessories. Accessories-wise, Baymax only comes with his armor, and his armor is a lot. You get 2 wing pieces, you get the front and the back of the chest piece, 2 legs, you get 2 leg plates and 2 shoulder plates, 2 arms, 2 fists, perfect for fist bumping action, and then you get the helmet here. And that is it. That's all he comes with, and I will now show you the armoring up process. First off, you take your base Baymax, you pull his arms out so that they're extended from the body like that, and then you take his chest piece and you rotate that around, and you slot that down in there, and you take his back piece and you do the same thing. You can go ahead and put the helmet on at pretty much any point, that doesn't really matter. Go ahead and do that right now. You're probably going to want to go ahead and combine all the pieces that you can before you start putting it on there. So put the shoulder pads on the arms, put the leg pads on the legs, and put the wings on the back. The legs are probably the easiest thing to put on. You pretty much just shove them up in there and they snap into place. And that's where he gets most of his extra height from. The chest piece is pretty simple as well. You just sort of wrap that around him and snap the little holes together. I did knock his helmet off. That's not a big deal. Should go back on there pretty easily. There we go. And then the arms are the most annoying part, because you kind of have to clip them around there and hold them in place a bit, and then put the fist down here in the bottom, and then try to clip them all together like that. I've done it enough that it's easy enough to do, but it can be a bit annoying. And once you've done that, you've got your fully armored Baymax. He's got a very sort of shiny plastic to him. It's even got a bit of a kind of weird metallic-y gloss to it. It's very subtle. It's got purple armor plating in the stomach area and then patches on the shoulders and wrists. He has his big wings there in the back, which can fold out. He's got the little magnety bits on his back, so a hero can stick to those. And then he's got some black joint bits in the legs and arms. Once again, he looks pretty much exactly the way he should in this form, so that's all great. Now, his articulation is a bit different, so let's go ahead and look at that again. Once you put Baymax's armor on, his articulation becomes severely limited. The head is the same. The shoulders can move forward and back, but going up and down has become very slight, and if you do it too much, the arm pieces start to come off. The legs go forward and back a very slight amount, and they don't go in and out at all. And then the wings can fold up and down like that. Now, that actually wraps it up for everything related to Baymax and his accessories, so let's go ahead and move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Baymax comes in a really nice, big box. It's mostly white, got the big Hero 6 logo over here, as well as a picture of Baymax and Hero, picture of the figure down here at the bottom. Big window here. It's actually displayed partially armored and partially not. That's why the box is so big and takes up so much space. Armor Up Baymax down here at the bottom. On the back, you get pictures of the figure, some more artwork from the movie, a diagram of how to put the armor on, their instructions inside in case I wasn't clear enough. As is always the case with windowed boxes, this is good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Baymax.
Alright, that wraps it up for Baymax, so until next time, goodbye! Blah blah blah.
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.